All right, Monday, October 3rd, 2016, 1 o'clock p.m. And there's a crazy dingo dog. There's Christian. So we're off for 2 days, 3 days, 2 nights out here. So every time we come out here, we seem to have a mission or a job to do. So this time, number one mission today, find a good fishing hole and then blaze a trail from the fishing hole to the camp. On Google Earth, it is about 650 meters from the fishing hole I've targeted to the camp. So what we're going to do is go in over there, and we're going to go over that way, and then we're going to go down that way and find our fishing hole. Once we find the fishing hole, then we're going to climb back up that way about 300 feet. And strange video cut. I'm using my phone for now. I've got my Fuji cameras in my backpack. Christian had a little bit of a failure on his surplus gear here. Trying to put it back together. It's a good day. Supposed to be only going down to about 7 degrees Celsius tonight, which is, I don't know, what's that in American? All right, it's like 2 o'clock now. And pretty hot carrying all this gear. My gear's got to be 70 pounds altogether, I guess. Dingo swimming. So this is the pond I was looking for, the water source. It's the Indian River. It eventually flows all the way to Pembroke. But as you can see, there's a big beaver dam. So we're going to check out this body of water, look for fish, look for crayfish, look for mussels, and this might be our food hole. All right, so I'll give you a little update in a second. We'll do a little wander around and check things out, and if I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. Look at the high water mark on those rocks. It gets pretty high out here. And you can see big moose prints, giant moose, big boys out here. All right, I'll check on you in a minute. Little brook, and I've already seen some little trout minnows taken off, so I'm going to get a little closer and see if we got any crayfish action. And I brought my minnow trap with me, so I'll throw it in there, and then tomorrow we'll come back and see what we caught. And I want to see if there's any mussels up here in the deeper end. Hey, dingo dog. Right there I found a mussel shell in the beaver dam. So we know there's going to be mussels, freshwater mussels in here. And that means we got yummy, yummy, yummy food sources here. So chances are, and then I found mussels, that means there's going to be crayfish and trout and who knows what not. So this is going to be our good little food source water hole. Excellent. All right. So I've got my trusty dusty minnow trap. I put some bacon in it. I'm going to toss it into the deep hole out here. And then tomorrow, we'll come and take a peek and see what there is. I haven't seen any crayfish yet. I'll bet you there are. Oh, there's some minnows. Always a good sign. I'll bet you there's crayfish in here. All right. All right, 6:40. Had a little bit of a panic. I thought I'd lost this phone that I'm recording on. So we had to go back through the woods, going through the trail we just finished making from the new fishing hole. And we'll get back to here, and I found it in my hammock. All right, so now I guess we'll gonna do a fire tonight? Yeah. All right, I'll let you get the fire going. How's that? You want to practice?
Yes, I do.
I can do it easily. Yeah, all right, so and you know, I got my Coleman lantern out here, got my Coleman stove, and now we brought out this little Martin butane stove, which I used, 2 hours ago, to boil some water and make some tea, which I'm going to do again right now. Woo!
Yeah.
And, yeah, well, you get that going. Again, it starts, okay, and so you got some of the old coal stuff, start a small one, and
create a bed out of the coals.
Yeah, and then pull those big ones on top of there, and they should lower. All right, I will get some tea going and chat at you in a minute. It's now 7 o'clock. Monday, October 3rd. So we got the butane stove on. I'm not sure how much fuel is left in that thing. It's not burning as hot as before. It's almost boiled though. I got another container, a fresh one there I brought in. Gonna make up some tea. Oh yeah, and this is powdered milk that I got at the bulk food store. This is whole milk. It's like $10 a pound. It's not cheap, but it's so good to have out here. It's so yummy and creamy. This stuff actually has fat and protein and quite a bit of both. So it's really good stuff. I like it in my tea. So there's my setup. I actually brought this time in the old-fashioned Coleman, I believe they are, sleeping mattresses with the those funky plugs that go in them. And so I'll be floating on 4 inches of air. So to try them out in the wintertime. I've got my other sleeping bag underneath that I was using as an underquilt, which I'll probably get to retire. Or maybe I'll modify it, because this still sinks down into it. I just had to undo it because the way I had it bound wouldn't fit around the huge air mattress inside. So I got my gear all hung up there. We were just getting back from our little expedition, and I heard something. I looked up in a tree, and before I could get my shotgun, it took off, but there was a turkey. A giant female turkey had landed up there. So that would have been interesting. And so tomorrow I'll probably go up there, put on my wolves, go quiet in the morning, and do some bird hunting, maybe squirrels again. We'll see. I got set by Treestand we brought. There's my tree stand. It's been out here for a couple years. Hopefully the straps are still good. We're going to put that into my new hunting spot for this year. So we'll get the fire down into some coals, and then we're going to cook some supper. I brought pork loin for tomorrow night. We'll probably do some lamb chops that I brought tonight, and we got some bacon for breakfast tomorrow. Oh, and I also got some pork souvlaki that I made. So yeah, we're going to eat rather well again. We always bring in lots of food just in case we don't kill anything. All right, Christian's hard at work. Fire's going. Tea's on. Update in a bit. Ready. So, in too impatient to wait for a good bed of coals over there in the keyhole, we got the big fire going. It's really nice and warm right now. So I got some lamb chops cooking. I brought out the things are still frozen here. So I put some water in the pan and got it down low. So I'm trying out this butane stove. So far so good. Boiled water with it twice. Gonna soften up these sweet New Zealand lamb chops. I got some pepper and some spices on them. And yeah, so that'll be dinner. A late supper. Some nice fatty lamb. Tomorrow we'll have shish kebab. Souvlaki, pork souvlaki. For lunch, forgot to bring eggs. But we're going to have some bacon for breakfast and probably some grains, mixtures we buy and put together ourselves. So yeah, so I'll give you a little shootout. I will show you it again when it's done. Cow time, 8:30 p.m. We earned it. It's yummy, yummy. Nice fatty protein. Okay. Back at you in a bit. Alright. So this thing does like little 10-minute jaunts, so it's gonna get 10 minutes of video. So as you can see, folks, we got I lit my Coleman's lantern up so we can get some backlighting. The microphone on this thing sucks at long range, so I'll have to get a microphone for it or eventually get a different camera.
Yeah.
Let's get 10 minutes of video here and see what it looks like when I get home, and then just some filler crap. Hey Dingo, you eat all your food? Got your bowls eaten? Here, you want to lick the pan, bud? I guess we can let you do that. You get that clean in the morning. There you go. Get the breeze out of there. We lost one of the plastic tabs.
Oh yeah.
But this is a neat kit. See, this thing just flips over this way. There.
Watchers.
Let's get warm down there. Here we go. Do that. Yeah. Come on. Come off of there.
Are we gonna have like easy burning tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, if you manage to burn it in half there, that'll be useful. And there'll be some nice hardwood coals for tomorrow morning's cooking. If we'd had a little more time, we could have cut that big one in behind.
Yeah. I need a little bit. Oh.
Well, he sure does make it smoky.
Yeah.
Yep. Have some nice cold water in the morning. Some juice on this.
Yeah, that'd be good way to skip. What's the first one we're doing?
I guess we could do it easy. We'll just go back, mark the trail, the last of the white tape, mark the trail out to the pond back there, put the tree stand up.
Okay,
And then take it from there. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of hunting after that, or maybe just sitting in the tree stand up there. Maybe come back, do some lunch or something after that. Cruise down and check the trap and stuff. Maybe wander around at the stream down there a bit.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Oh yeah, we could check between the binder and the stream. And
Oh, that way, yeah.
well, we could. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to take a look, but just a quick one at least. But set up traps too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just out here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if squirrels. If that squirrel's territory probably hasn't been taken over yet. Don't know.
Who knows?
He got there. Yeah, they flop for a good while with that much missing.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll do that.
Awesome.
Well, we got a nice path down to the fishing now. Sure is a lot easier with the packs on.
Yeah, this place is really developing.
Yeah, fucking mussel bed or a clam bed down here, don't know. We know they're in there.
Oh, that'd be cool. Mussels.
That's it. Let's bring the whitetail down with us. We'll do it again. There's got to be crayfish in there too.
How would you cook minnows?
Just boil.
Like throw them in a soup or something?
Yeah. Chop them up. The natives would just bash little birds and stuff like that, guts and everything. It's rock. Throw it in.
Like Mr. Meat, ground Mr. Meat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, what are you having tonight, Pepperton?
Some of the native different tribes and stuff around the world would eat like the stuff that's in the stomach. It's half digested.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was hungry enough, I'm sure I'd do it. That's probably why they did it, is because they started off like getting hungry enough for it, and I was like, that actually tastes pretty okay.
Well, some people actually use moose and deer shit as a thickener for soups. This is
Like, I guess herbivores food is okay, but
it's vegetables.
yeah,
Yeah.
but with bacteria all over it, that's what's going on.
Boil the shit out of it. That's it as a thickener in soup. Yummy.
It's like vegan veggie broth.
Yeah. Moose shit chowder. Strange but true.
I've heard of apparently natives what they did for a delicacy is they kill a deer and like gut it, but then they put the right gut back in and sew it up, hang it up in a tree for a week, come back when it's like rotten and they
Yeah. The Inuit like to eat rotten fish, they'll bury it in the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about that's how you get salmonella and a bunch of other different things about
apparently it's still sterile how they do it or something. It's right quick and like the insides or something.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't, but I read it.
No. Something you hang it. Yeah. Cook the shit out of it. Because, well, that's what you do with beef. Hang it. Technically let it rot in a cooler. And then you chop it up. And the longer it hangs, the better it is and the more expensive it is.
Yeah, the aged beef. Yeah, you can get the dry aged beef too. That'd be cool.
take about 2 months for my guanciale to be done. I'm gonna hang it probably in 2 or 3 days. So October. So if we come out and do some winter camping, we'll have some good guanciale, some fatty porky. That will be good. This will be a good spot in the winter, I think.
Oh yeah, it's so exciting.
Real good. I don't know if I want to close that front face off or just leave it open like that.
Do like a slant and just have like or something.
Well, I could put a tarp to drop down and pick it up, when we're here.
Yeah.
I need another hook so I can just pull it over and hang it here somewhere. The ash was in town tonight. And all that stupid, the punky shit coming off that old punky birch.
Well, I think don't worry, can go over it. No food being made or anything. Sold on that powder now.
Yeah, good investment. Smooths out the tea and you get quite a kick fucking fat protein thing. Protein, fat. Easy to get protein.
I've been doing it. I kind of stuck to the glass, but a girlfriend got these big drinks on so like a Boston City real free. And then I get one of those, and I wash out the bottle and it's so shitty. But otherwise they're kind of expensive. Like they're a bit above moderate price for their jars and shit.
Yeah, sometimes I spend money for a good juice. Almost always have orange juice or some kind of fruit juice mixed at home.
Yeah.
Some yams and onion for tomorrow. Got some water on. The keyhole fire, and I've got my kettle hanging from the wire set up from the rafters. Boil some water off, let it cool down, then we'll have some cool water for tomorrow morning, make some juice. We'll start it all over again. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's no wind, that's just the heat off the fire blowing stuff around up there. And you'll see way back here, okay, over above my bag, you put your hand up. It is hot up here. Like, it's probably 20 odd degrees up top of here. 25 degrees, I'll bet you. You can feel it. And you can see the heat moving the back tarp here. And again, there's no wind outside. It's just the heat. You know, the bad thing is the smoke kind of gathers here too. But I've got an air vent right there beside my head. But it keeps it warm. Like this is hot, hot, hot up here. And right outside, look at that. And all the heat's going, whew, and the smoke. Neato. 7:50 a.m. What is it? October 4th, 2016. Foggy this morning. Foggy here. So we're just waking up. Again, testing out this butane stove, which I like so far. It's done a good job. We cooked supper on it and boiled water on it twice off the can that was in it. So now cook some breakfast and do some other work projects for today, one of which is set the tree stand up. But that's after coffee and breakfast. Hey, Dingo. All right. That's it for now. Bacon and mandarins for breakfast. Yummy, yummy. All right, so it's still, what time is it now? It's like 9? Dingo. All right, so as you can see, it's a mud hole that has water in it a lot of times of the year. But you can see all sorts of moose and bear track in here. So that is why we came here and we just did that. Got my tree stand up. And I'm going to have to get some new bands for it. It's been out here a couple of years. I don't think they're 100% safe anymore. So the tree stands up. Now it's probably good 10 feet off the ground there, but down to the bottom of the pit it's like 14, 16 feet up high. So the moose come up and down that way, and they go up over that way. There's a game trail, and then they go up over through this way. There's another game trail that used to be a skidder track. So now we'll make a little bit of a trail back to camp so I can get here in the dark. And then we'll carry in the day. Might do some hunting as soon as we get back to camp. Okay, ciao. What do you smell, Dingo? Hey? All right, tea time. Late morning tea. It's almost 11 o'clock. Got really hot. There's my ancient old wool pants and my Andean wool sweater. To take those off after putting the tree stand up and making the trail. I was just sweating like mad. So I'll put just my fatigues back on. Now we're going to have some tea and then go wander out. We haven't figured out which direction we want to go yet. Maybe back and down that trail, on the other side of the bog hole.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so we're thinking we're going to go back through that way towards our new hole where we put the tree stand up. And then there's an old skidder trail or something that goes down the hill over this way towards the southeast. I think it swerves around this old mountain and goes into the valley. It's kind of like between two of them. It's the dog. I heard something. It's the dog. Yeah, so it gets pretty thick down there. So we might go all the way down the side of the mountain, down into one of the saddles. It goes down again to where what's called the Indian River is. And that's where we put our fishing hole yesterday. But we got to get over there. We have to find a better, deeper spot. We put the minnow trap in last night with some bacon bait. So we'll go back and see if we caught anything, minnows or crayfish. But while we're down there, we need to find a deeper hole for fishing for trout. And there's probably like maybe little whitefish and who knows what not in here. There should be little browns and little speckles here and there. All right, so that's it for now. And I'll catch up with you in a bit. Dishes and laundry at the same time. Boiling out. I use old-fashioned pie plates as my plates, and usually I let there's a dishwasher, so he usually gets to lick everything out, and then we boil them out. And my rag was getting pretty dirty, so I figured we'd boil it out as well. And then I'll hang it up to dry and flip over my pots. All right. Bushcraft laundry / dishwasher. Mushroom on a rock that a squirrel's been eating. There's Dingo. All right, so out here for a little bit of a hike. Gonna look for some squirrels or some small birds for supper or lunch. And so we're gonna carry on that way. Go down to the bottom. Maybe go check out that fishing hole we found yesterday. check the minnow trap, and then head back to camp. Here's something over there. It's 12:30. We're still boogieing down. So this stream, all right, runs out of the beaver pond that our camp is on. So we're going to follow it down to the Indian River. And we're kind of going slow, squatting here and there for 5 minutes. Watching to see what dingo scares up. Hopefully when we get to an open area, we'll get a line on some birds. And right now we're just kind of casually taking her easy. We're going to do about a 4K walk, probably 5K walk by the time we're done today. We're going down and around. We got some farting around to do and some things to check out. And there's a lot of ash in this spot, so we'll probably come back here and harvest an ash log to make a bow with. And Christian wants to make a spear, so an ash spear would be cool too. All right, off we go downhill. Then the other half of the afternoon will be coming uphill. My crazy dingo dog loves water. Loves water. He's a water hound. All right, so nice little scenic shot. There's a dingo dog. Christian's in those bushes on some of the beaver canals over that way. And so again, we're looking for a nice little fishing hole. There's all sorts of minnows in here. All right, a little bit of a waterfall down there. This is the second dam that we found so far. And it gets pretty rocky up there. So I'll head over there and take a peeky poo. All right, it's now 2:30. We decided to ixnay on the extra 4-kilometer walk today because we're pretty tired and hungry from crawling around in some pretty nasty bush already today. So we just finished climbing up the 330, 340 feet from where the river is. So we're having a little R&R, drink some water, body temperature come down a bit, heart rate come down a bit. And we'll be quiet in a minute once I get done with this. And see if we can't get some squirrels. Still. Okay. Wanted to get a squirrel, and there we got one. As usual, sitting in camp, I was getting my souvlaki ready, and I heard some noise, and I went out above camp a couple yards, and there he was. So Christians can skin that up too, and we're going to have squirrel with our supper. Yummy. All right, so a successful hunt. Even after we quit for a bit, and I was going to eat lunch and go it again, as usual. They come right into camp. Awesome. All right, that's our snack for later. All right. Christian's off cleaning a squirrel. And I got to make sister bob sticks for souvlaki. Up and open. bucks. All right, squirrel is cleaned, spiced, and sitting in the leftover lemon juice that the souvlaki was sitting in. All right, so we're gonna have souvlaki soon, and then we'll roast up the squirrel after it's marinated for a bit in the lemon juice. Yummy, yummy. Late lunch, early supper. Oh, there's a big bull moose. Ah. Ah. Where's Dingo? Dingo, come. Dingo. Real cool. I was a couple 100 meters away and heard my dog barking, and then I heard Kristen yell my name, and I came back, and just over there, I just barely got a piece on, was a great big giant bull moose. He was about 1,200 pounds for sure, and I can't wait to see my footage. And I think Christian got a shot of him, so I'll get a piece of it sooner or later. And so my dingo dog did a good deal. All right, I better stop him from carrying on over there. Dingo, I said no. All right, it's almost 9 o'clock. Getting ready for bed in my hammock. Christian's over there getting his stuff set up. So, this is our second night. We'll get up tomorrow, pack up our gear, have some tea, or coffee. Excuse me, and then head back out into the real world. Go to work tomorrow afternoon. All right, good night, folks. A lot of ash on that thing now. Hey, Dingo. All right, what is it? 7:45 a.m. October 5th, 2016. Our last morning for this week. Making some tea. And then we're going to hike out in a couple hours. Get picked up and go back to work at the restaurant. My water container. Oh, you can hear the chipmunk is back out. We've been killing his little squirrel buddies around here. Lots of crunching at night, lots of movement out here, probably bears and moose. Nothing comes to camp yet. Okay, let's have some tea and get ourselves out of here. All right, it's like 20 to 9. You see Christian over there. You can hear there's something up the hill over there, probably about 150 meters from camp. It sounds to me like a black bear pulling a stump apart looking for bugs. It's been there for about 10 minutes, and it doesn't seem to be bothered by our talking very much. Too bad I don't have my bear license, or I'd run over there and go put some holes in them. I think next week I'll go get my bear license and get me a bear this year. It's like yesterday, if it was moose season, I would have had a big bull moose. Oh well. All right, so we're packing up and heading out of here soon. And I think next time I'll do an overview of what my gear looks like for now after a couple years. And we got to work on the shelter a bit more. Put some extra ribs in where the rainwater was sagging a bit, so we'll see what that's like. Next Monday is Thanksgiving, so I probably won't get out here next week. But we shall see. Maybe we'll come and cook a turkey out here. Okie dokie. There's Dingo Doggies listening for squirrels. Christian's listening for black bears. And I'm having my coffee. Okay, ciao. Dingo, good boy. Well, I have battery power left. Some scenery shots. You can hear the highway down there in the valley up here. Okay, so I got some grit in my eye that won't come out. Ugh. All right, while the battery's still live on this thing, hiking out. This will be picked up in about an hour. Down that way, about a kilometer, if from here. Maybe like 800 meters if you were a bird flying straight downhill. So that's another adventure. So like I said earlier, next week is Thanksgiving. So I don't know if I'll make it out for my couple nights. But pretty soon, another month or so, this is going to be all snow. Up and down and up and down. And Dingo Dog's running around. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, that's it, folks. Ciao.